In a world of weight loss, muscle gain, health improvements, there's a very high chance you've been subject to some form of fad diet, either in the past, in fact, you currently may be following one now. Well, in this room today, I've got a lifetime's worth of health and fitness experience, and we are going to discuss some of the fad diets that once upon a time we followed, because trust me, we all start somewhere and we all make mistakes, but our job is to make sure that you form a good relationship with food and set you on the right path. Today, I'm joined by my very perimenopausal wife, Riss, as you're very familiar with, and my good friend Alex Gamble, the man who has single-handedly destroyed Koopy Mayo for an entire nation, if not the world. Thank you so much for joining me.
Glad to be here.
Nice.
Riss, I'm going to start with you.
Yep.
Fad diets. What have you followed in the past that, on reflection, you look back at now and go, what was I thinking?
I had two ones in particular, and it was always post-baby because, just gaining that weight, that stretched tissue, seeing other people bounce back in 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and I'm 4 months after the baby and strangers are coming up to me going, oh, when are you due?
That would have been nice.
Yeah. I just wanted the ground to open up and swallow me. But I went on the cabbage soup diet. You had nothing but cabbage soup.
Please explain the recipe. Are we talking?
We're boiling cabbage.
Just cabbage and water.
That is it. And I think it was with Celtic salt as well.
Where did you hear about this?
I can't even remember when this was. I think Facebook was just coming out. I don't even remember. I know that there were books on it. And so I tried it. I lasted for 2 days.
Yeah.
And whoa, of course, breastfeeding, you know what cabbage is, it gives you so much gas.
Oh,
and then,
wow.
of course, my babies were getting upset stomachs as well. So silly of me, so stupid. Bad for myself, bad for Bub. Another one was actually given to me by a naturopath. And there was stipulations that I could have. He gave me these 3 sachet things, which I think were electrolytes. I had 3 of those a day. I had to have 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of flaxseed oil, only 20 grams of carbs. And I'm talking about no bread, no pasta. I'm talking about carbs that are in vegetables and fruits. So I knew that 100 grams of carrot contained 9 grams of carbs. So that amount of food alone and 60 grams of protein, that was all that I was allowed to have per day. And that was to put me into ketosis.
Which isn't necessary for fat loss, as we all know now. And
Yeah.
bloody carrots, aren't they the most exciting form of carbohydrate?
The worst vegetable.
Well, we had that discussion last night.
Yeah, the worst.
Cooking your dinner and you wouldn't want your carrots, did you?
No.
What's number 2? What else did
Well,
you go?
that was it. That was the...
Oh, just both
so
of
that-
those. So it wasn't in conjunction. They were two separate things.
Yes, one after each, babe. Just to, try and get back, bounce back. But it's just not realistic. And you've got to look after your health up and foremost.
It's probably like a representation of, you mentioned this was in the birth of Facebook. I see that as being like a lot of the issue with fad diets as well. It's because when there's this like massive social media platform for people to throw out all these ridiculous things in terms of health and fitness, and if you don't know any better, you're like, sweet, I'm going to try that. That must be awesome.
But to actually have a specialist recommend this pathetic, stupid diet that I went on wasn't sustainable, of course. I think I lasted about 3 or 4 days and I threw it in. There was no way. I couldn't sustain it.
Which is what a lot of people do. Quick fixes, you might
Yeah.
get some short-term results and then you end up at the very start again. AG, mate. Now,
shit.
this is a guy that I know now loves his desserts, loves himself a bit of a chicken mayo sandwich. What did you
Can't
once
go wrong.
What did you once upon a time do, mate?
What didn't I do? It's probably a faster answer, but I'll give you a couple. The first overarching thing I would say is I went 2 years, and this was under a coach's guidance. no processed foods whatsoever, like zero. So for breakfast, kangaroo steak and veggies, and I like to think I'm a pretty disciplined person. I have strong willpower. If I set my mind to something, I can do it. But I lasted 2 years, but in that 2 years, every second week would be like the biggest binge you've ever seen. Like, I still remember one of the binges I've had off the top of my head, and if I tell you, you won't believe that I actually ate it in one sitting.
Tell us.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, I want to
I
hear
would.
it.
I actually feel disgusted saying this out loud.
We know what you eat now, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
eat plenty
true,
of food,
true.
yeah.
No, this is next level though. Like, this is like a calorie challenge video on top of a challenge, but not, it was just a Saturday night for
Yeah.
me. So anyway, okay, so in one sitting, within like, let's call it an hour and a half, I had a full Domino's pizza, an entire garlic bread, an entire tub of Ben and Jerry's, 6 Krispy Kreme donuts, 2 chocolate bars, and a Pepsi.
Mate, that's
That's
outrageous.
fucked up.
And this was
eh?
in one sitting.
Yeah, dude. I calculated the calories just for fun. I think it was like, I want to say it was over 6,000 calories in one sitting.
Fun math, we're looking at close to close to a kilo body fat, and in that amount of calories in one sitting, it's wild. But like, that's what happens when you restrict yourself for so long. You can't do it for you can't do that for any more than a few weeks.
Nah.
And then you get to that crossroad where you're going to lose your mind or you just completely binge and overconsume, and that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, and I did that. That was like an extreme binge, but I would have like, multiple other binges, maybe like every week or second week. But my mindset there was like, you know what, if I just make this binge so big that I feel that bad, then I won't want to do it again. And I did feel like absolute shit for like a few hours. But then the next day I woke up, I was like, I feel fine. And then I went back to eating super non-processed, whatever you want to call it, clean. No, like when I'm saying non-processed, I'm like, I wasn't allowed sauces.
Wow.
Okay.
So like dry kangaroo steak for breakfast.
And for anyone who's tried kangaroo steak, you know it's not great.
It's especially no sauce.
The chef doesn't even know how to cook it right.
Yeah, just veggies. Like, yeah, it was rough. And then, but didn't work. I just kept binging.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a massive foodie too. I love food, love dessert. So like that was super
You're a little
hard.
dessert monster
Oh,
right now.
man. Can't go wrong. It's the best meal of the day.
He's staying with us for a few nights.
It's the most important meal of the day.
The desserts I'm whipping up for you is a bowl of berries and 2 pieces of dark
Yeah,
chocolate.
but that's great. It's fine. Anything. You just need something after dinner,
Yeah.
just to
Something
just
sweet.
something sweet.
Yeah.
You're good to go. That was one of them. And then the second one was a diet that was basically just, I guess it's just like a kind of bro bodybuilder diet, just chicken and sweet potato.
Yeah.
But that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah. Pretty depressing.
Yeah. And I got shredded real fast, but then now I know because I was eating like 1,500 calories when I probably needed like 2,800.
And you would have been super sad.
I felt so sad.
Yeah. That's
rough.
Similar to what I used to do. And this is when I first became a personal trainer. So, anyone straight out of the personal training academy, I would say even going back 15, 20 years ago, on reflection, the advice that we were getting in our courses wasn't ideal. And I followed some of it, but I then twisted it and made it my own version of what I thought was perfect. But I think what started my poor relationship with food is the gym that I worked at, and Riss, you'll know this, there was like one of those body scan machines. And it was my job to like put clients on there to see how they were going with their muscle gains and their body fat. But I got really obsessed with like getting to really low body fat percentages. So my morning routine would consist of waking up, which by the way, I was starving at that point. I would have a black coffee. I would go for a 5-kilometer walk on the beach because I wanted to burn body fat and this
You
and
hate
that.
doing steps too.
I don't even do them. And then I would come home and I would have egg whites on one piece of toast or even just half a piece of toast, no butter. I'd cut the yolks out because too many calories. And then basically for lunch and dinner, and Riss will be able to confirm this, I ate only turkey mince.
Because it's the leanest.
Yeah, because it's super lean with just frozen peas, carrots, and corn, which
Or
I put in there,
broccoli.
or
The
broccoli.
3 West veggies, I must.
There you go. With a sprinkle of Moroccan seasoning, and that was it. So I didn't have any carbohydrates, no fats, no nothing. And what I found was I got extremely lean. My body fat was ridiculously low. But for a good 5-year period, I was constantly injured. I was constantly sick. I was always tired. I made no progression in the gym. I just looked sick. And Riz tells me that when we first started dating, she would come over and I'd cook her that for dinner. And many times she would choose not to even sleep over for the night. And she would go home, but I happened to live just behind a McDonald's at Burleigh Heads. And she would whip into the drive-thru, get some burgers and drive home.
I had to. I was
That's
starving.
exactly what
Like-
Brit said, because I used to do that too. I'd be like, "Oh, you want some breakfast?" She'd be like, "Yeah," and then like gets kangaroo steak and some veggies, and she's like,
Imagine
just tries to like, and now like we joke about it all the time. I'm like, "Oi, that's fucked. Like, why
Yeah.
did you stay with me?
How did
I
they?
would have ran the other way so fast.
Yeah.
how could they stay with us after
Props
serving
to you
dinners
guys.
up like that?
That's rough, eh? What was I thinking?
Yeah, I don't know how you hung around for so long with food like that.
Oh, because I'd leave and go straight to McDonald's
Yeah.
on the way home.
Yeah, I think Brit
I
did the
had
same.
to.
But I think that this is where a lot of people, I suppose, for lack of a better word, fail on their health and fitness journey. You assume that in order to achieve a result, let's say if it's weight loss primarily, this is what people are trying to do, you've got to have massive restrictions, you've got to cut out food groups entirely, you can't socialize, you can't go on holidays, you can't go on events, you've just got to stick to this really rigid, plain, boring, sad meal plan to lose weight. And one thing that I don't think people realize is that the only way that you know how to keep weight off is how you learn to lose it. So if you only know how to lose weight by eating kangaroo steaks and broccoli for breakfast, you're going to find yourself in that constant circle of yo-yo dieting. Moral of the story, guys. What are some takeaway notes? You can,
Don't eat a Domino's pizza, garlic bread, Ben and Jerry's. You're going to feel quite sick.
but find a way to just have a sustainable, well-balanced diet. Yeah.
100%.
It's
Yeah.
got to be a lifetime. I mean, look at what we eat now, far out.
Yeah.
Like people will say, how do you stay on track? And then you show them the meals that we actually eat. And in traditional terms of dieting, people would go, well, that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, Mitch eats too healthy.
Still
Trying to get some
he
more.
still thinks I
some
eat
more
too
sweets
healthy.
in his house.
He still thinks I eat too healthy. But look, anybody out there listening to this episode, please know that if you are currently following a path that you don't feel is sustainable, that you may be seeing results from, but they're only short term. And along the journey, it's just making you sad. It's giving you a negative relationship with food and you don't know where to start. Please know that you can eat a sandwich and lose weight.
You can eat a burger.
You can eat a burger and lose weight.
Pasta.
You can, like Alex Campbell, my friend here, go and eat yochi every couple of days and still lose weight.
I eat Ninja Creamy ice cream every night.
Oh,
just saying.
there you go. There's a better path out there, believe me. You've just got to start to be a little bit more open-minded and try your absolute best to block out the noise of the fad diets that are getting presented to you on all social media platforms. So if you found this episode helpful, please feel free to share it with a friend. Go drop my friend Alex Gamble a follow.
What happened there?
He's
I was
hungry.
going to say, nah, don't. My confidence sucks.
Stay updated with our perimenopausal content with my wife. It's a continuous, endless journey, but we're
Endless.
getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
But thank you so much for tuning in, and please stay consistently average.